Today on Boring Gear Reviews, we have the Murder 4 from Vexed Brain. Big thanks to Vexed Brain for sending me the Murder 4. Alright, so Vexed Brain is a pedal effects company based out of Omaha, Nebraska, and here we have the Murder 4, which is essentially a Turbo Rat style pedal with an HM2 EQ. This thing is heavy, aggressive, and super crunchy. For controls, we have drive, which will control the amount of gain in the pedal. Next, we have EQ, and you can roll back some high end or put back in some high end. And lastly, we had volume, which will control the overall output of the pedal while it's on. And just a heads up on this pedal, it's labeled backwards, so the drive is actually controlling the volume, and the volume is actually controlling the drive. When I refer to the controls, I'm going to refer to them as they're labeled, but just so you know. For today's demo, I'm using my 2023 Dunable Yeti Custom, and this has Dunable Grizzly pickups. These are custom wound to be low output and unpotted. From there, we'll be running into my Universal Audio Apollo X6, and then into the Softube JMP 2203 amp plugin. All right, in this first clip, we're going to have the drive control set at noon. We're going to have the EQ all the way maxed, and we're going to have the volume set at 9 o'clock. And that will be feeding into the Meris Mercury7 for a little bit of plate reverb after that. Okay, so the tone we get here is more or less as clean as this pedal goes. What you'll find is no matter the range, or no matter the setting, rather, of the gain control, it gets super heavy, but it still stays, like, clear. You know, some heavy, like super heavy distortions, when you really crank the gain, you can lose a lot of definition and clarity. And this one, while it does get like really heavy, very brutal sounding, I guess the way the EQ section works, you still hear like not only the definition and clarity of the guitar, but like the tonal characteristics of it too. It was really, really cool. So not a whole lot to say. It's just a super aggressive, great sound. You'll hear a lot of like grit and a little bit of gating. Anyway, enjoy. Okay, in this next setting, we're going to go for a bit darker and a little heavier tone. So we're going to have the drive knob at 1 o'clock, the EQ at 10, and the volume at 2. So this is where we get into a little more doom or sludge territory. Still very aggressive. It's thicker, it's weightier sounding. There's like a tearing aspect to, you know, all the settings on the Murder 4 that I really love. You'll hear me kind of echo that sentiment a lot whenever it comes up, is that like I love at the beginning of the note where it really sounds like it's ripping. Like there's a little bit of gating and it just kind of tears through the notes. And what I was saying about how well this pedal handles dynamics, even though it's super heavy, it can still be very clear. When I switch from like big chords to harmonics, it doesn't freak out. It doesn't get all feedbacky. It stays very contained and almost round. It's a really awesome sound. So enjoy. And in our last clip, we're going to max everything. Now, obviously this pedal has a sound, and the differences you're getting with the settings are going to be more subtle because it's really set to be just a super aggressive, thick, raspy sounding pedal, which it is. But when you max all the controls, it really does hit like a extra level of kind of aggressive, a little bit nasty or ugly sounds. There's like a lot of saturation is the obvious word because that's the term we use for gain, but gain, at least in my mind, the way I hear these terms, gain and saturation have a little bit different flavor. And saturation to me feels a little more like wet and splashy, a little more searing, I guess. And when we crank all these controls, we get a lot more of that quality. So it's less tight and it's more messy is the wrong word. It's more saturated. So we get, you know, almost wall of fuzz sound underneath this very clear searing gain on top. It's an awesome sound. Enjoy. And that'll do it for the Murder 4 from Vexed Brain. What a rad pedal. If you're looking for a very aggressive, very clear pedal that can do, fairly tight, heavy sounds to very, very wet, saturated, aggressive sounds, this is a really, really great option. It just sounds so killer. And when you need this sound, it just nails it. Like right out of the box, it just nails that sound. Tremendously cool artwork. The way a pedal looks, just like a guitar or a bass or whatever, affects how you play to some extent. It inspires you in different ways. And the aesthetic of this pedal and it's kind of what it's driving you to do with it really line up, and just it makes for a really cool experience. So links for everything I'm using in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Once we hit 2,000 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. I've got 2 pedals lined up. I'm trying to get some more. They're awesome. So, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Don't miss that. Check out my Perfect Circuit affiliate link if you want to pick up some gear for yourself. And until next time, peace.